We start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. If you refer to our analysis, we mentioned any reversal we can look for trade, and this is what we get. And right now we're looking at this. We want to see whether we can get the correction here in relative to this to look for one move up or not. Okay. Anyway, to look for this trade based on 1 hour chart, we didn't have any trade set up. The only way was to trade based on 15 minutes, because as we can see, based on 15 minutes, the price reversed, we had this correction. Okay. The only way was to look for, to get this trade was to, trade based on 15 minutes, because we have the sharp move correction. And now still we can put this one in relative to this. This correction relative to this, still we can look for trade as a short term. In case the price will continue from here, the only way is to have entry above this. But if this one turns to a correction, even based on 1 hour chart, we can get a better trade setup. Okay, maybe right now we can look at this one, but we need to know any buy will be a short term, and anyone get the trade from this, know at least they move their stop loss. At least they start to manage. Anyway, most of our analysis, we analyze based on 1 hour chart. And right now, if we want to look for buy, the best option, either we get a correction here, then from there we look for buy, or we can have entry above the top. But what we want by having entry above the top, we want the price per tag break and continue the price tag. We see it's not moving even in the first hour, we take out the trade. Because the only reason we want to have entry above the top, in case the price continue from here, this means we get the trade based on lower time frame. Okay. Anyway, for those traders, they have a experience, they can have entry above the top. Rather than that, which the traders, they never trade by having entry above the top, they just leave it, because they simply can tag and reverse, because still this one can turn to a corrective move for one more drop. And anyone get a trade from here based on lower time frame, until right now they should start to manage. And we want to see what we have based on higher time frame. We don't have anything. The only thing is, as what we expected, the price drop to what we expected. The drop lower. Now we want to see whether we can get the reversal. And now we're looking at the forward chart. We want to see whether this one is the last move or not. But if we refer to the last move in relative to this correction and the first move, because if we refer to the indicators, we don't see the divergence based on forward chart. That's why we need to be careful. If we want to look for buy, maybe it can give us one more drop. Okay, it depends if we get any reversal, how sharp it can go. And even if we move to 1 hour chart, we don't have anything. The only, any other things to explain. The only thing is we're looking at this. If we get any trade set up for buy, we consider, and we consider the short time, and with the breakout of this top or here, it depends how sharp it can move. We start to manage. But if it turns to a corrective move, we should be aware that still this one can give us one more drop. We should know how to manage our trade. And can we expect, beside that, can we expect this one? Since we mentioned the possibility, the price to retest this low, can we look for sell? If there is a continuation and if like, this is where we can consider the price is going to retest this low, maybe we can look for sell, but we are not really interested in the sell. Maybe if we see this one, then from there we just wait for the price to retest this low, then we see how the bigger correction can behave, can form before we get the next move. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.